Poor clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away.
Waving the arm of the fake, the reverse, and the foul.
Doncic pulls up, three-pointer.
Has knocked out Chuck Liddell. Ran in his bag. And the crowd is, oh, wow.
Overrun.
Liddell, and he's done it again. Dynamite. And look out for Hill in the open field. He's got an angle. He's going to take this all the way. Wow! Quick Rampage Jackson.
Poor clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away.
Waving the arm of the fake, the reverse, and the foul.
Doncic pulls up, three-pointer.
Has knocked out Chuck Liddell. Ran in his bag. And the crowd is, oh, wow.
Overrun.
Liddell, and he's done it again. Dynamite. And look out for Hill in the open field. He's got an angle. He's going to take this all the way. Wow! Quick Rampage Jackson.
Poor clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away.
Waving the arm of the fake, the reverse, and the foul.
Doncic pulls up, three-pointer.
Has knocked out Chuck Liddell. Ran in his bag. And the crowd is, oh, wow.
Overrun.
Liddell, and he's done it again. Dynamite. And look out for Hill in the open field. He's got an angle. He's going to take this all the way. Wow! Quick Rampage Jackson.
Poor clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away.
Waving the arm of the fake, the reverse, and the foul.
Doncic pulls up, three-pointer.
Has knocked out Chuck Liddell. Ran in his bag. And the crowd is, oh, wow.
Overrun.
Liddell, and he's done it again. Dynamite. And look out for Hill in the open field. He's got an angle. He's going to take this all the way. Wow! Quick Rampage Jackson.
Poor clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away.
Waving the arm of the fake, the reverse, and the foul.
Doncic pulls up, three-pointer.
Has knocked out Chuck Liddell. Ran in his bag. And the crowd is, oh, wow.
Overrun.
Liddell, and he's done it again. Dynamite. And look out for Hill in the open field. He's got an angle. He's going to take this all the way. Wow! Quick Rampage Jackson.
Poor clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away.
Wembanyama with a save, the reverse, and the foul.
Doncic pulls up, three-pointer.
Has knocked out Chuck Liddell. Grant in his bag. And the crowd is, oh, wow.
He's done it again. Dynamite.
And look out for Hill in the open field. He's got an angle. Hill's going to take this all the way. Wow! Quick Rampage Jackson.
Poor clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away.
Wembanyama with a save, the reverse, and the foul.
Doncic pulls up, three-pointer.
Has knocked out Chuck Liddell. Grant in his bag. And the crowd is, oh, wow.
He's done it again. Dynamite.
And look out for Hill in the open field. He's got an angle. Hill's going to take this all the way. Wow! Quick Rampage Jackson.
Poor clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away.
Wembanyama with a save, the reverse, and the foul.
Doncic pulls up, three-pointer.
Has knocked out Chuck Liddell. Grant in his bag. And the crowd is, oh, wow.
He's done it again. Dynamite.
And look out for Hill in the open field. He's got an angle. Hill's going to take this all the way. Wow! Quick Rampage Jackson.
Poor clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away.
Wembanyama with a save, the reverse, and the foul.
Doncic pulls up, three-pointer.
Has knocked out Chuck Liddell. Grant in his bag. And the crowd is, oh, wow.
He's done it again. Dynamite.
And look out for Hill in the open field. He's got an angle. Hill's going to take this all the way. Wow! Quick Rampage Jackson.
Poor clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away.
Wembanyama with a save, the reverse, and the foul.
Doncic pulls up, three-pointer.
Has knocked out Chuck Liddell. Grant in his bag. And the crowd is, oh, wow.
He's done it again. Dynamite.
And look out for Hill in the open field. He's got an angle. Hill's going to take this all the way. Wow! Quick Rampage Jackson.
Poor clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away.
Waving the arm of the save, the reverse, and the foul.
Doncic pulls up, three-pointer.
Has knocked out Chuck Liddell. Grant in his bag. And the crowd is, oh, wow.
Ray Allen has done it again.
Dynamite. And look out for Hill in the open field. He's got an angle. Hill's going to take this all the way. Wow. Quick Rampage Jackson.
Poor clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away.
Waving the arm of the save, the reverse, and the foul.
Doncic pulls up, three-pointer.
Has knocked out Chuck Liddell. Grant in his bag. And the crowd is, oh, wow.
Ray Allen has done it again.
Dynamite. And look out for Hill in the open field. He's got an angle. Hill's going to take this all the way. Wow. Quick Rampage Jackson.
Poor clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away.
Waving the arm of the save, the reverse, and the foul.
Doncic pulls up, three-pointer.
Has knocked out Chuck Liddell. Grant in his bag. And the crowd is, oh, wow.
Ray Allen has done it again.
Dynamite. And look out for Hill in the open field. He's got an angle. Hill's going to take this all the way. Wow. Quick Rampage Jackson.
Poor clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away.
Waving the arm of the save, the reverse, and the foul.
Doncic pulls up, three-pointer.
Has knocked out Chuck Liddell. Grant in his bag. And the crowd is, oh, wow.
Ray Allen has done it again.
Dynamite. And look out for Hill in the open field. He's got an angle. Hill's going to take this all the way. Wow. Quick Rampage Jackson.
Poor clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away.
Waving the arm of the save, the reverse, and the foul.
Doncic pulls up, three-pointer.
Has knocked out Chuck Liddell. Grant in his bag. And the crowd is, oh, wow.
Ray Allen has done it again.
Dynamite. And look out for Hill in the open field. He's got an angle. Hill's going to take this all the way. Wow. Quick Rampage Jackson.
Poor clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away.
Wembanyama the save, the reverse, and the foul.
Doncic pulls up, three-pointer.
Has knocked out Chuck Liddell. Grant in his bag. And the crowd is, oh, wow.
Ray Allen has done it again.
Dynamite. And look out for Hill in the open field. He's got an angle. Hill's going to take this all the way. Wow. Quick Rampage Jackson.
Poor clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away.
Wembanyama the save, the reverse, and the foul.
Doncic pulls up, three-pointer.
Has knocked out Chuck Liddell.
A quick peek into the locker room as the players get set for the game ahead. Welcome to Wednesday night. These teams have talent up and down the depth chart, Coach. How important is that in assembling a contender?
Well, look, it's even more important, Brian, in the regular season than it is in the playoffs. To get through a long NBA season and get yourself in good playoff position, you're going to need a lot of guys. 12, 13 guys at different points of the year are going to have to be ready to make contributions. Now, obviously, the team with the better starting five will have the edge, but depth can be a big factor even in the playoffs.
Let's check out Minnesota's starting lineup. Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point. Offensive rebound, George finds Oubre. Off target with the 3. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Earlier, I spoke with Nick Nurse. I asked him about Julius Randle and why he's so hard to stop. Coach said it's the ball handling, the spin moves, and the ability to finish against length. They want to try to force him right and take him out of his rhythm. Something many teams have tried, but few have accomplished. Guys?
All right, Allie, thanks once again. And the jam by Drummond.
Well, physically attacking the rim is something Drummond does well, and the lob pass only makes it easier for him.
Now here's DiVincenzo for 3. Randle. And the shot's off. 1 for 2 in this one. Despite Joel Embiid missing more than half of their games, Grant, the Sixers still won 47 games last season.
Yeah, B.A., and lots of credit goes to Tyrese Maxey, averaging over 26 points a game. Philadelphia also had some good depth, and that really helped.
Here's Randle, following the score by Philadelphia. It's not going to go for him. Some solid defense from Drummond. Philadelphia's gone 0 for 2 from outside. Here's George. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. George has got his second basket of the game.
Getting it done inside. You know, I love seeing George be active on the interior.
Down low. Oh, misses the dunk.
I think this is a rare case of being overcommitted. He tried to go all out at the rim, and they stifled him.
Knocks down the triple. Embiid's got 5 now.
And they're building up steam, getting out in front and trying not to look back.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin. That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Here's Maxey. That won't fall. Can't drop his first one.
And the defense gets bailed out by the miss. He usually converts that.
It's stolen by Maxey. George passes to Maxey.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
And here's Oubre from the arc. Good. And the assist to Embiid.
And early on, they've been on a tear. Just getting whatever they want offensively.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
Now here's Gobert with the drive. And that time also a missed shot. It's George on the wing. Guarded by Edwards. Tipped away. DiVincenzo with the steal. Gobert passes to McDaniels. The putback. The rebound by Embiid. Philadelphia leading by 10. Here's George. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
They've controlled the paint so far. That's been the difference.
Yeah, it's not difficult to figure out why they've built this lead. They have been dominant in the paint.
And you got to give Paul George credit for his mental toughness. There's always lots of chatter out there, but he tunes it out and just focuses on his game.
Pass to Drummond. Back to George. Out to the right wing. Here's Oubre. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
They've been very effective so far. A balanced attack at its best.
Yeah, now it's all about maintaining this lead, but you can't start playing it safe. You got to keep attacking and executing.
Yeah, nice dish by Gobert. With his height, he can see over the whole defense.
Maxey passes to George. Drummond with the screen. Pass to Embiid. Outside Maxey. Kicks it to George. Clock at 6. Drummond passes to George. Over McDaniels. George's shot is off.
And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him.
They get it again. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
This is his first trip to the free throw line tonight.
At the line for the Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards.
He does not get the second one. And Gobert with the stuff.
I think he caught the defense napping. Those plays can be soul-crushing.
Here's Oubre. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's Philadelphia. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
Man, they're just having their way, bullying the other team in the painted area, imposing their will down there whenever they want.
Andre Drummond is out there with Joel Embiid. Then there's Kelly Oubre. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's George in at the 2. That's the group in the game for the 76ers.
Yeah, getting aggressive in the paint. Look at Joel putting his size to work.
Well, Grant, you often hear about how smooth Paul George's game is.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. Young players could learn a lot by watching his footwork. His timing, his ability to find the space he needs, it's just tremendous.
Pass to Embiid. And a miss there on the triple.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Brian, the Sixers' 2 stars make a great pairing. Maxey said of Embiid, since I was a rookie, he's had the ultimate faith and believed in me. And Embiid said of Maxey, he's something else. Always smiling with the same energy. Good games, bad games, always the same. People like that set the tone for everybody else. Brian?
That's a good call, Allie. Thank you. George passes to Embiid. And it's Embiid again missing. Timberwolves trail by 6. Edwards looking it over. Edwards with a step. And Edwards slams it in.
Well, just look at that power. Edwards is unbelievable.
DiVincenzo against Maxey. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Here's Edwards. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Maxey finds Oubre. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Oubre. It's time to take a glance again at that superb block.
What a play. I mean, that'll have the offense thinking twice about taking shots in his presence.
Timberwolves trail by 6. Here's Edwards. Oh, Edwards with style and authority.
Yeah, Edwards has some big bounce in his step. Who's watching here?
Pass to Embiid. George against Edwards. Embiid, a screen on Edwards. Oh, and the dunk by George!
I like when Paul looks to score inside because he's more than capable of dunking it through.
Here's Edwards. And it's blocked by Embiid. George outside. Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. Misfires there. 4 for 6 in the game now. And so Randall will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. 6-point game. Instead, while Edwards has pushed back, it hasn't stopped others from comparing him to his heiress, Michael Jordan.
And that talk is more about how his game reminds one of MJ and less about greatness. Edwards' career is just getting started.
And Stan, the league questioning the use of load management. I know you've wondered if it can even hurt conditioning.
There's no question, Brian. Look, since the age of load management has come into the NBA, injuries are up, not down. I think players have been deconditioned. And that's even before you get into the need of guys playing together more to gain a rhythm and an on-court chemistry. You know, like actually playing basketball together.
A novel idea. And you got to be in awe of incredible defensive efforts like this.
Oh, terrific defensive intensity right there. Getting stops like that is crucial for them right now.
Now here's Randall. The kick out to Edwards. For 3, DiVincenzo. Minnesota again missing.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
That one goes. Count it. George has got 4 points in the quarter.
You know, one thing about Maxey is that he always is looking for an outlet.
Randall, pass to Gobert. Poke loose. Pass to DiVincenzo. Picked by Gobert. The 3. And DiVincenzo hits from deep. DiVincenzo's gotten his second bucket on the night.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Randall with a steal. Fires the 3. The rebound by Maxey.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that open.
It's George on the wing and stolen by Gobert. It's a one-on-one situation. Here's Edwards. Oh!
Wow! Talk about a guy who runs the floor. Edwards gets down there on the fast break so quickly.
George drives in. Oh, and the dunk by George!
Oh, man, he got fancy with that finish.
He may be trying to provide the spark they need to break this one open. Now here's Edwards. 11 points in the game. Shot clock and game clock. 1 second differential. To the inside. Here's Embiid. Oh, putting in the work. Embiid finishes inside.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Pass to McDaniels. Here's Gobert. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. It's going to go on Andre Drummond. Minnesota shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts of the game. And so Gobert nails both of them. Maxey surveys. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we... Okay, Ali, appreciate it. And folks, we'll be back after halftime to begin the third quarter.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll, please. They're measuring up that shot.
And if you're just joining us, we played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Paul George has been sensational.
What makes him an exciting player is the ultra-aggressive mindset that we saw over and over in the first half.
Yeah, he hasn't been settling. He's getting to the rim, and that's him at his best.
On the court for Minnesota. And is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1.
Yeah, imposing his will. Embiid sending a message with that rejection.
Here's McDaniels. And the layup falls.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
So it's Philadelphia now, following the score by Minnesota. Maxey, that's good.
While Maxey is an elite shooter, Tyrese is at his best using his speed, going downhill.
Talking about Tyrese Maxey, Grant, here's a guy who's improved every year.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, from averaging 8 as a rookie to 26 points during his breakout 4th year, Maxey has added to his game every offseason and turned himself into an elite scorer.
Here's Maxey after the Timberwolves picking up a basket a moment ago. Gobert against Drummond. George outside. 4 on the clock. Drummond to screen on Edwards. The 3, George drains the triple. George has got 15 points.
Yeah, it seems like George could do this all night. He just keeps finding...
Third quarter. Edwards against George. Picked by Gobert. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Edwards. Back to Daniels. For the tie. Edwards can't hit.
When the defense is playing off you like that, you want to be able to convert, but that time he just couldn't get it done.
It's George on the wing. He's got 15. Philadelphia with another miss.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
He got him. No doubt that's a foul. And it's going to be a transition take foul. And Stan, you got into coaching right after college. When did you know you wanted to be a coach?
Brian, that's easy. As soon as I figured out that I didn't have much of a future as a player, I knew I wanted to stay involved in the game. I wanted to coach.
And Gobert with the stuff.
You're best to get out of Gobert's way. You don't want to be on the wrong end of that tug.
It's George on the wing. Pass to Embiid. Oubre, a screen on Gobert. Count that one. He's now 5 for 8.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. A chance here to catch up with Ali from the sideline.
Paul George spent some time talking about his idol. He said the person who motivated me as a kid was Kobe Bryant. Growing up in Southern California, watching him every day, I wanted to emulate him. I attacked the game the same way he did, trying to work on every deficiency, play both ends, and be a competitor.
His impact lives on, Ali.
And he's shown a great touch at the line. They've tested the big guy, but he's come through.
George's shot is off. Minnesota in the lead. And it's blocked by Embiid. And it's out of bounds to Minnesota.
Minnesota ball.
.105 left in the third quarter here. Tries again.
Good work on the defensive end by Drummond, using his size to bother the shooter.
Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Here's Maxey. And he draws body contact. Looks like a blocking foul. He was in the shooting motion, so he'll head to the line.
You really can't understate the energy Maxey brings to his game. Not just effort level, but his attitude and how that spreads to his guys out there.
Well, he's got to be disappointed that he wasn't able to take the lead, but at least he evened things up.
And he lobs it up. Oh, the lob and the great finish by Embiid.
Leaping up to hammer down the alley-oop. Embiid's impressive court awareness on full display there.
Randall, good.
Nice execution by the offense, generating a good look.
And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for the Philadelphia 76ers. They've led by as many as 14. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Embiid against Randall. And the basket by Embiid. Embiid's got 15.
Flat out dominant. Joel Embiid having his way tonight.
Randall, pass to McDaniels. The three, DiVincenzo. The shot off that time. It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of three. Philadelphia on top. They lead by a... Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Here's Maxey. Joel Embiid is out there with Kelly Oubre. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. Then there's Paul George. And it's Drummond in at the center position. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by McDaniels. Here's Maxey. To the paint. To the left side wing. George outside. Pass to Embiid. DiVincenzo with the steal. Maxey against Gobert. George with the block.
Yeah, rejecting the try there. George firing up his guys.
Knocks it down from distance. And the 76ers lead by 5. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the 76ers.
Well, I love how connected they've been defensively. They're right into shooters and piling up block shots.
They're also finding a lot of points tonight off of transition play, running the floor and using the fast break to beat the defense.
McDaniels, a screen on Embiid. For three, Randall. Oubre with a steal. And now the Sixers on the break. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Junior. Defensive.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth. The drive by Randall. That's good. And now he's 5 for 11 in this one.
Letting Randall get inside with the ball was a bad mistake. His finishing ability got him to the bucket.
Out to Oubre. Three-pointer. Counted from distance. Oubre's got 6 here in the quarter.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
This is the energy Randall provides. When he's charging inside, he wants to hammer it down.
Embiid against Randall. George outside. Back to Embiid. Just 5 on the clock. And Embiid throws it down.
Yeah, Embiid can throw it down from anywhere. So much power for the big fella.
Randall, pass to Edwards. Edwards making it look so easy from deep.
Well, clearly some sort of defensive breakdown there. He is not the kind of guy you give room to at the arc.
Maxey passes to George. And stolen by Edwards. And here we go, the Timberwolves on the run. Here's Gobert. Oh, easy 2 for Gobert.
Huge bucket from Gobert, answering the call when his team needs him.
Outside Oubre.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
George with it. He's picked up by Edwards. And Embiid throws it down.
Well, it seems like he's making everything. Nothing makes a coach happier than seeing your offense click.
Picked by Gobert. DiVincenzo, pass to Gobert. Some solid defense from Drummond. Philadelphia leading by 6. Inside. And Drummond with the jam.
So much force. Easy money for Drummond.
Here's DiVincenzo. Uses the glass on the layup.
Nice work around the rim, taking it up with confidence.
Philadelphia has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the 4th. And here's Oubre from the arc. Drummond, it's good on the putback. And the 76ers lead by 8.
And those second chance buckets are major bonus points if you can get them.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Julius Randle. That's his first foul.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
For 3, Maxey. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. Timberwolves trail by 8. Here's McDaniels. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Oh, man, exploding to the rim.
Yep, makes the simple play. Maxey against DiVincenzo. Here's Embiid. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
You know, I think it's desperation time for them.
It's not going to be easy now. They're going to need just about everything to go right from this point on.
You want Randle with the ball in his hands towards the end of these games. Prime example right there.
Well, if they score here, they could effectively end this one.
Yeah, and their main objectives right now, taking care of the rock and using some time. Really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
Honestly, they're just down by too much to mount a comeback.
Well, you want your players to keep playing hard, but let's be honest. This game's over.
Gobert finds DiVincenzo. Gobert with a screen on Maxey. For 3, DiVincenzo.
It's the fire he's playing with that has him leading the team in rebounds.
Double digits for him on the glass. He's getting it done.
And there's the foul. It's on Joel Embiid. That's his 4th foul of the contest. Oh, he knocked down the trifecta.
He's really finding his rhythm here. I mean, smart move to keep feeding him the ball.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
So a close game sees Philadelphia taking this one. Thanks, Alec. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.
Poor clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away.
Wembanyama the save, the reverse, and the foul.
Doncic pulls up, 3-pointer.
Has knocked out Chuck Liddell. Ran in his bag. And the crowd is, oh, wow.
He's done it again.
Dynamite. And look out for Hill in the open field. He's got an angle. Hill's going to take this all the way. Wow! Quick Rampage Jackson.
Poor clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away.
Wembanyama the save, the reverse, and the foul.
Doncic pulls up, 3-pointer.
Has knocked out Chuck Liddell. Ran in his bag. And the crowd is, oh, wow.
He's done it again.
for Hill in the open field. He's got an angle. Hill's going to take this all the way. Wow! Quick Rampage Jackson!
This one has a bit of an old school feel to it, doesn't it? These teams love to run things down low.
Yeah, it's going to be a heck of a matchup, Kevin. A little bit of bully ball, you could say. Having a center you can run your offense through makes the rest of your offense that much better.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. The small and power forwards, the star pair of Brown and Tatum. And it's Porzingis in at the center position. Now, here's Tatum. Nice ball movement by Boston. Back to Holiday. 5 to shoot. Brown kicks to White. And here's Tatum for 3. Offensive rebound. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
That's his first personal foul.
And in the paint, Porzingis doesn't give the defense any opportunity there. He just stays aggressive and draws the foul.
Over the last few seasons, we've seen the resurgence of Porzingis. And Richard, it has been fun to watch.
Kevin, he's been effective on both sides of the ball. He's always been a good player, but his recent fit has really improved his play.
They recover it. Here's Brown. Oubre with the steal.
Blocking foul call. Jason Tatum. That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Maxey looking it over. And stolen by White.
Good instincts to read the path and get in a position to pick it off.
Brown the pass to Holiday. Outside Tatum. Oubre pulls it in. Now the 76ers with it. Pass to Maxey. Here's Grimes. Oubre kicks to Maxey. For the finish. And slammed in by Holiday.
He's an explosive, athletic guard, and I tell you, the coaching staff must love watching Holiday in the open court.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
I caught up with Coach Nick Nurse. Now, of course, I asked Coach what his plan was about defending Jason Tatum, and he said he told our guys just to play smart, to play up on him, but not get baited into fouls, and try to get a hand in his face. Now, that's a difficult challenge for any defense, so we'll see what happens tonight, guys.
All right, David, thanks. And RJ, the combination of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown winning a title together. That's something else.
There was some small talk going around about breaking them up. Good thing for the Celtic front office, they kept them both. In their first 7 seasons as a duo, they have 5 trips to the conference finals. That is a ridiculous run.
Now here's Tatum. And Embiid with the block.
Yeah, defensively, Embiid can take over a game with his reach. Big block from him there.
Embiid with the screen on Tatum. Popped up there for Embiid. Porzingis with the steal. To the middle. Here's Tatum. Misses from close range. The 76ers lead. Here's Grimes. From outside, off the mark. Boston's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. And it's Brown missing. And here's Embiid. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. Oubre. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Holiday.
That one is on Holiday.
Yeah, easy call.
76ers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
And while Embiid was on record praising the importance of continuity, I don't know that, Richard, the 76ers front office felt the same way.
Oh, yeah. What you say out loud versus your actions can be very, very different in this game. When you have a chance to go big game hunting, you do. The goal was to bring in some help for Embiid and Maxey, and they accomplished it.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
And over the course of last year, he was up over 90%. And with a stroke like that, you see why.
And you know, George is a tough cover. The length, the range, smooth athlete, very difficult to match up with.
Brown wide open, he fires. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Maxey passes to Oubre. Another miss by Philadelphia. Boston's gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight.
Tatum reminding the defense, like, yo, you cannot stop him.
Now, here's Maxey. Nothing on the board. Brown outside. And the Celtics hit again from deep. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Boston.
The enthusiasm they've brought to their defense so far is something else. Going after shooters and really hustling to get their hands on shots.
And let's also give them some credit for running the paint so well. They're making the most of their chances to score in transition.
And man, is this team on a roll right now offensively, Greg. So fun to watch.
They're playing with so much confidence, which is why they're tearing it up on this end.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And stolen by Maxey. And here's the fast break. Maxey leading the way.
No stopping Embiid inside. He is a beast.
The Celtics with the lead. White inside. And yes, it's good.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Holiday against Maxey. Oubre, good. Here's White. And no good on the last second attempt this time. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And the Celtics, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
It leads to some easy buckets, and I think it's given them control of the pace in this one.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. And in the front court, Brown and Tatum. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Porzingis in at the center. And it's George finishing it off.
And holding nothing back there. George gives the dunk his all.
And Holiday kicks to Brown. Drives to the hoop. Holiday, no one around him. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron. The 76ers trail by 4. Richard, when you talk about Jaylen Brown, many Scots felt he'd never be a #1 level option offensively. But he's proven some people wrong.
Kevin, many scouts have been wrong many times. The question has been answered. He wasn't a great shooter when he first came into the league, and his ball handling also needed to improve. But now, both of those are strengths in his game. Not just being selfless, but also smart with the ball. Brown is able to find the best guy for the right shot.
Celtics leading by 6. Here's White. Oubre pulls it in. George against Brown. Here's Embiid. True on the 14-footer. Embiid's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, and it's just clear how comfortable Embiid is shooting the ball, especially from mid-range.
The kick out to Brown. Outside, White. Pass to Porzingis. Celtics passing it around. Just 5 to shoot. And it's White missing.
How hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
A nice shot by George.
Calm and cool from distance. George really confident from beyond.
The kick out to Tatum. White, wide open. He fights. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. White's got 5 points so far.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Great job by Tatum in close.
Brushing off the contact. Look, the dude is strong. When he gets in there, it's easy. That's an easy bucket.
Maxey kicks to Oubre. Fires from deep. Rebound by the Celtics. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds in this game. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax, signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Jaylen Brown has put it all together. He said, I'm figuring out my spots to be aggressive. That's in my DNA. But also showing how I've grown. Being a great screener, delivering passes on time and on target. That's important to being a great teammate. I'm focused on being a better basketball player. Kevin?
Yeah, and he's a smart one too, right, David? He is something else. Outstanding stuff, DA, as always. Maxey against Holiday. Now, here's Oubre. 7 points in the game. Count the basket. And that's now 6 points for Joel Embiid.
The perfect roller. Joel Embiid can pop out and shoot, cut, make the extra passes. Really anything in that set.
Richard, so many things about Drew Holiday's game we love, but what impresses you most about his game?
Well, I know it's an easy answer, but it's his defense. It's hard to be a feared defender in the modern NBA, Kevin. But Holiday is such a pest at all times on that end of the floor.
All free throws good from Drew Holiday.
For a star like him, you get lots of opportunities at the line, and he's great at cashing them in.
Maxey passes to Oubre, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Oubre's got 9.
Crafty at cashing in from there. Oubre Jr. enjoys working on his interior game when given the opportunity.
Outstanding work to send him away. They sniffed that one out.
Lob pass to Oubre. It's stolen by Brown. White, left side. Pass to Holiday. Outside, Tatum.